say nothing. If I call you a bitch, it's cause you're my bitch. And as long as no one else calls you a bitch,
that was a good time.
if I call you a trick,
That was horrible.
it's cause you're my
Anyways.
trick. And as long as you don't call me 6, then there won't be no problem.
Our next performer. Alright, are you ready? Are you all ready?
All she wanna do is
Emily Roll! Give a round of applause.
Tis not that dying hurts us so, 'tis living hurts us more. But dying is a different way, a kind behind the door. The southern custom of the bird, that ere the frosts are due, accepts a better latitude. We are the birds that stay, the shrivers round farmers' doors, for whose reluctant crumb we stipulate till pitying snows persuade our feathers home. I measure every grief I meet with narrow, probing eyes. I wonder if it weighs like mine, or has an easier size. I wonder if they bore it long, or did it just begin? I could not tell the date of mine. It feels so old a pain. I wonder if it hurts to live, and if they have to try, and whether, could they choose between, it would not be to die. I note that some, gone patient long, at length renew their smile, an imitation of a light that has so little oil. I wonder if when years have piled some thousands on the harm that hurt them early, such a lapse could give them any balm, or would they go on aching still through centuries of nerve, enlightened to a larger pain in contrast with the love. The grieved are many, I am told. There is the various cause. Death is but one, and comes but once, and only nails the eyes. There's grief of want, and grief of cold, a sort they call despair. There's banishment from native eyes and sight of native air. And though I may not guess the kind correctly, yet to me, a piercing comfort it affords in passing cavalry. To note the fashions of the cross, and how they're mostly worn, still fascinated to presume that some are like my own. A wounded deer leaps highest, I've heard the hunter tell. 'Tis but the ecstasy of death, and then the break is still. The smitten rock that gushes, the trampled steel that springs. A cheek is always redder, just where the hectic stings. Mirth is the mail of anguish, in which it cautions arm, lest anybody spy the blood, and "You're hurt" exclaim. There's a certain slant of light on winter afternoons that oppresses like the weight of cathedral tunes. Heavenly hurt it gives us. We can find no scar, but internal difference where the meanings are. None may teach it anything. 'Tis the seal, despair, an imperial affliction sent us of the air. When it comes, the landscape listens. Shadows hold their breath. When it goes, 'tis like the distance on the look of death. I hide myself within a flower that wearing on your breast, you, unsuspecting, wear me too, and angels know the rest. I hide myself within my flower that, fading from your vase, you unsuspecting feel for me, almost a loneliness. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all, and sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chilliest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. After great pain, a formal feeling comes. The nerves sit ceremonious like tombs. The stiff heart questions, was it he that bore? And yesterday or centuries before? The feet mechanical go round a wooden way of ground or air or aught. Regardless grown, a quartz contentment like a stone. This is the hour of lead, remembered if outlived, as freezing persons recollect the snow. First chill, then stupor, then the letting go. We grow accustomed to the dark when light is put away, is when the neighbor holds the lamp to witness her goodbye. A moment we uncertain step for newness of the night, then fit our vision to the dark and meet the road erect. And so of larger darknesses, those evenings of the brain, when not a moon disclose a sign or star come out within, the bravest grope a little and sometimes hit a tree directly in the forehead. But as they learn to see, either the darkness alters or something in the sight adjusts itself to midnight and life steps almost straight. There is a solitude of space, a solitude of sea, a solitude of death, but these society shall be, compared with that profounder sight, that polar privacy, a soul admitted to itself, finite infinity.
Thank you.